We have a one-to-one function and we're trying to find its inverse. So with function notation, the first step would be to rewrite that as y equals. The key element to inverse functions are that the x and y's switch roles. So instead of a y, physically write an x, and instead of an x, physically write a y. Everything else stays exactly as it was. Now what's left to do is rearrange this equation to get y all by itself. There's a couple ways I can work the algebra on this one. So let's show both so that you see that either one would be fine. First step, I've got to start with adding 5. So x plus 5 equals 2y cubed. Okay, now I can divide both sides by 2 to leave me with y cubed equal the quantity x plus 5 over 2. And then finally, we undo a cube power with a cube root. It's an odd root, so we do not need a plus or minus. Make sure that it looks like your entire fraction is underneath the root. Okay, this 2 needs to look like it's in the root, not outside the root. If you need something to help you clarify that, you can put parentheses around that quantity. And this is a perfectly fine form for the inverse. If you want to use inverse notation, it would be f inverse of x equals this cube root of the quantity x plus 5 over 2. Now again, a little bit different way that you could write this one. It's really not a whole lot different, but at this stage when we did the division by 2, we could have instead realized that the division goes with everything added or subtracted and rewritten that as x over 2 plus 5 over 2 equals y cubed. And then from this point we still need a cube root, so we would get the cube root of the quantity. Again, the entire thing needs to go under the same root. You can use parentheses to help emphasize that if you need to. And this is another valid form for the inverse function. And I only mention that because if you have a solution manual or if you're looking at a problem where there's an answer in the back of the textbook, you may have it one way and the text may have it another. So just realize that these are the same thing, just written a little bit differently. And either way would be fine for full credit.